So, and I even forgot where I left off at, but I'm going to say this. You're willing to give $168,000. Society, the government has brainwashed people to think and feel that a mother is better for a mother to come out from the home, rearing that child up to be a loving, educated, understanding, productive person in society, to work in society and to move and live in society versus locking them up. It's you rather that woman to get out and leave those children where wickedness to grab hold to them and use them, and whichever way you choose, the wickedness choose to use them, instead of letting that mother stay home and giving them that just 168,000, not 168,000 for all 5 or 4 or 3 or 2 or 6 or 7 or 12, not 168,000 per person, but just 168,000 per year to raise all the children that she has. But y'all would rather give it to the prison system. It's not making sense. You're throwing the children away purposely. Purposely. Do you think that's fair? If it was your children, how would you feel? How would you feel? It don't make sense. See, one of mine sitting in prison right now. He started cutting up when he was 12. All the way up to 11, he was a good kid. 12, he went to bed one night and woke up, and I don't know what the hell that was that woke up. Okay. I had to take him to court for something. He got in trouble, and I had to take him to court. And I told the judge what happened, what was going on with my child at age 12. And the judge said, okay, if he get in any more trouble, let me know. And I sent him to boot camp. But we're not gonna let this child slip through the holes. We're not gonna let him slip through the cracks. We're gonna make sure this child is taken care of. We're gonna make sure that he get on the right path. Because I was raising 6 kids and all the kids in the neighborhood. I was respected by even the police and we had police in my neighborhood. They gave us 2 police officers, and those were the only 2 that patrolled that neighborhood. So they got to know me because that's where all the kids were at. So they got to know me, and they understood what I was doing with those children. But when that kid got about 14, he got to cutting up again. I tried to call that judge. I went down there to see the judge, but I couldn't see the judge. I could never get him on the phone. And my child grew up, and now today he sits right there in prison. Okay? Why? Why? It could have been stopped. It could have been. But the thing is, people don't care. They say all day long they care. But do they really? Society, citizens. I'm not talking to the government because the government going to do what you allow them to do. Citizens. Think about what I just told you. Would you prefer that mother to stay at home and raise those children in hopes that they will grow up to be and get all that gook out of their way? Teach them of the Lord. Teach them of the Lord. Teach them to respect themselves and others. Teach them the difference between right and wrong. Teach them to stay at home and teach them children to be productive citizens. Sorry, y'all. Teach the children to grow up and be productive citizens. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Teach them about the Lord instead of allowing them to be sit there and deal with all this darkness in the world. Think about that. $168,000 per person that they're paying for these children to be locked up in prison, juvenile in prison. $168,000 per one child. But they're complaining about giving a mother a 4 or 5, was it? Not even $20,000 per year. And you're complaining about it. It don't make sense. Make it make sense. Everybody think that it's just what you look at. You have to sit down. You have to do research on this. Research it. Yeah, it would be good if the mom could go out and work and raise kids, but she can't. She's one person. It takes two to raise children. It's not fair for that mother to have to go through this alone. She didn't make that child alone, but it always come back on the mother. No, Scripture tells us that a child left alone will bring a mother to shame, and that's exactly what's going on. These children are being left alone because the daddies done walked away. Mama's got to go to work. And I don't care if you got them in daycare. They're being left alone. They're being left alone. And these children are bringing their mothers to shame. And most people want to agree with the mothers going to work and leaving the home. And going to work and leaving them children by themselves. Daycare, they still up by themselves. Because the daycare can't chastise a child like a mother can. Daycare can't teach them the rules and regulations about life and the things that goes on that their family know. You know, different families have different tactics. See, daycare can't teach them that. You understand? It's a lot of things that daycare can't do that a mother can. But y'all rather for that mother to go to work than to let that mother stay home and raise that child, those children, that child and her children. Make it make sense. $168,000 per year for one child versus $20,000 to $25,000 a year for a whole family of children. But then now the children are out here just cutting up because parents ain't there. Daddy left. Mama got to do what daddy's supposed to do. Mama ain't got time to do what mama's supposed to do. Get one 168,000 a year and do y'all like to do all these test studies on people and whatnot. Do a study on that. Find you about 5 or 6 mamas. Get them 160, the same amount that you give these prisons for one child. Give it to them for the whole family. $168,000. And don't regulate what they do, or just sit back and watch and see what they're gonna do with that $168,000. Baby, mothers will be done bought them some homes. They'll be done bought their house. They'll be done bought them a car. And those kids will be set for the rest of that year. You won't have to worry about these kids out here cutting up. Because $168,000 a year is a lot of money. They'll be eating every day. They'll be clothed decently. Now, I ain't talking about these old high name brands, but they'll be clothed decently. I'm talking family of 5 or more. We'll do good with $168,000 a year. They'll have shoes. Their hair will be done right. I mean, come on. Make it make sense. But instead of letting that mama stay home raising them 5 kids, she'd rather take the chance of locking all of them up and paying $168,000 to keep them locked up, every one of them. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. Mama get everything she needs, that $168,000 per year for just she got a family fine. Give her $168,000 and see what she do with that $168,000 that year. I guarantee you she'll have a home bought and paid for. I guarantee you she'll be got her a car, and I guarantee them kids will be eating and dressing nicely every day. Their minds will be better because their mom is at home loving them and nurturing them and teaching them. Spending time with them, reading to them, reading with them, helping them with their math homework, helping them with social studies. I mean, come on. Make it make sense. But because government said it, society run along with it. And think, yeah, lock them up, lock them up. No, don't lock them up. Teach them. Teach them. They're not being taught. Sit down and pay attention. See what's out there. See what you're looking at. Don't just look at it and go, yeah, that child needs to be, ooh. No. See that child. See what that child background was. See what that child, was that child raised? Was his daddy in his life? Did mama have a chance to spend time with that child? Did mama have, or was she working all day, every day? Do you understand what I'm saying? Stop always taking things from what you just see off the surface. Look, raise that thing up and look upon it. Okay? Raise it up and look upon it. In other words, don't just see what's on the cover. Look behind it and see what's in the book. Don't just read the cover. Read the whole book. Open the pages up. See what's there. 168,000 for one child to be locked up in juvenile or prison. $168,000, and y'all complaining. And you know what? The whole tax thing. It was created, and there was an addition put in there for less fortunate people, which we call welfare. For less fortunate people. And it's just a little bit, if you look at the pie chart, it's just a little bit of slither. It ain't even that much of it that goes to welfare. But then you look at the War Department. The War Department get almost half of all the billions that go, the trillions that go into income tax. Most of it go to the military. Not to the doctors. To the military. You could go into the military stock. A lot of them weapons they be making, they either melt them down or they got them locked up somewhere. Because we don't go to war every year. But we're still using billions upon billions of dollars to make weapons that is not being used. Make it make sense. But we're throwing our children away. Nah. Y'all, that's all I wanted to say on that. And I also wanted to say this. I'm not gonna talk about this too long, but I'm gonna say this. There's a lot of things that's happening that's got to do with people want to call them illegals. I'm just gonna call them foreigners that's coming in across the border, that has been coming in across the border for a few years because Bush opened up the border. Okay, Bush opened that border. These people didn't just come over here because they felt all willy-nilly and say, oh, I guess I'll go across the border there. No, they came over here because they were invited over here. When he opened up that border and said, if they come, they come, it's okay.